The Office wraps up its 5th season on NBC and WBRE tomorrow night.
The Emmy-winning sitcom has developed almost like a cult following. Tonight, Eyewitness News takes you behind the scenes, and our Jeff Chirico is back from California with a series you will only see on WBRE.
A tough assignment, but somebody had to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Obliged. Yeah, well, I sat down with the cast to talk about life before Dunder Mifflin and what makes the show such a hit. It's the view you don't get. Cameras crammed into the most recognizable office in America. On this day, the dysfunctional Dunder Mifflin crew shoots one of this season's final episodes.
I think this season has been the best, and I'm not saying that because I've talked more than I ever have.
Philadelphia native Kate Flannery was a relative unknown until landing the role of Meredith Palmer.
A lot of us are old and grateful, so, you know, it kind of keeps it a little more real.
My life is completely different than it was before.
I sat down with the cast and joked about old office jobs they've held. Brian BAUMGARTNER worked for an attorney.
His personality was very similar to you. Kind of a small guy.
Stunningly good looking.
Kind of a Napoleon complex thing. And really didn't like the fact that I was taller than him.
Rocker Creed Bratton didn't have bosses, but
I had groupies during the 60s, you know, and I was signing, you know, breasts and things like that. But,
you still doing that?
I still do that, except it's more of like debauched divorcees.
Whoa!
Take it easy.
So what's the key to the show's success?
I think the writers and the creators of the show just tapped into something that's pretty universal, which is like frustration with the mundane.
Everybody who watches the show, they seem able to identify with the characters on the show.
Through blogging and social networks, those characters are accessible to fans like never before.
So we were actually encouraged to speak to fans while we were shooting in the middle of a scene, pretending to do office work. So I think that's very unusual. I think we made a really instant connection with a lot of fans from that.
Thank you. Thank you.
A connection that makes The Office a hit on air and online. And don't miss The Office's 100th episode tomorrow night at 9 right here on WBRE. And